Minutes?
Yes, for roll call for time of,
Okay,
that you're calling the meeting.
I guess that'll be the word we have today.
Do the call to order first and state the time. Here you go. If you need an agenda.
No, go through the agenda.
Yeah, that's the snack. You don't need one?
No, I don't want that.
Want me to close
Okay, let's call this meeting to order is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
7:13. On December 13th. Welcome, everybody. This is the last meeting of the year, so we're going to wrap up a few things and then hopefully we'll plan for 2024. Let's have roll call. I guess I'll take a minute too, right?
We need to assign secretary. Secretary and chair should not be the same person.
Okay, Charles? Or you can do it, I want to do it. You wanna do it? Just basically keep it simple.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do it right.
No, just I'll take this and write on it and then
Okay.
we'll help you, we'll help you.
Okay.
Okay, you wanna roll call? Roll call? Yeah. Sorry. Felicia Salazar, present.
Charles James, present.
Iris Torres, present.
And then 3 minutes, because I know it's your first time, so I'll guide you through it. You did state that we no quorum was met for the meeting.
Charlie, what's your name?
James, James.
Okay. Any public comments? Anybody?
You want to talk about this, but I can do it for the announcements at the end.
Yeah, you can do it again.
Mhm.
Just tell me quickly. Any deferrals, additions, or deletions?
Madam Chair, we have to move past that. We can't amend the agenda. There's no vote.
Oh, okay, so it's not advertised. Review the minutes, we can do it either. Chairperson's report, this is, you don't have to vote on this, this is what I, presented to the council. Basically. Package 0 the minutes. Okay, December 13th report. Okay, do you have a copy? Did you give them a copy?
It's part of your agenda package.
Okay. In my report to the council on November 14th, the request for the reallocation of the money of $300 was approved. You can read it, I don't want to read all this. Memo to request a donation of $600 to the main players for the use of the facility for approved upcoming CAC events. And contingent to having money available at the end of the fiscal year was also approved. And one thing that the council requested was to separate them. We wanted to put the Black History Month and Juneteenth together, but they said that we need to separate them. So I guess we have, next time we can somehow put it back in the, as part of the budget and so forth. And we'll discuss it next time. I presented the form with our events that past events and the cost of each event, the budget, the list of events and initiatives. And I had like a brief presentation about the importance of having a cultural center. Also, we requested in regards to giving us business cards, and Luis Collazo said that there was some kind of initiative for something. He didn't specify, but hopefully no.
This is the update. These are the business cards that we provided to committee members in the past. We have more copies if you need them. You just simply write down your name, and these are the business cards from the.
Okay. I can make little stickers to look nicer. You can paste it on there. Thank you, Al. What was the actual initiative, the cards?
It was never discussed.
No? But
These are already from the past.
from the past?
Yeah.
But he mentioned something that you guys were working with.
Right, but there was no discussion after that based on that. So
Okay.
as of right now, I have no further update on that.
And then, also, Vice Mayor, Tony Fernandez presented a proposal for cultural center at the Boy Scouts building, which is vacant. This was not endorsed, at the time by the council, but they approved appropriation money for the build out of the potential elderly affairs, elderly center. The new, building that is a building. Also, I wanted to request staff an update on town website. Some of the names are already. Names are not there. They also provide a sponsorship link to a sponsorship package, which I checked that the Youth Activity Task Force has it, but not all of the other committees have it, so I just wonder why that is happening. Also an update on the QR card.
Do you want me to give you an update based on that last item you just touched on?
Yeah.
Okay, so website, right now, we're working on uploading the new contents to our new website. I don't know if you guys are aware, but we are going into a new website. It's gonna look completely different. So for that reason, at this point, we're not updating the old one because it's getting ready to launch. The new one will obviously have everything updated. And secondly, in terms of the sponsorships, we, in the new website, we are actually not gonna be uploading sponsorship packages because those change pretty frequent. What's gonna happen is that for every committee, there's gonna be a contact of who, there's gonna be a form that if you're interested in, sponsorships for elderly affairs, for cultural affairs, you'll like sign up, you'll ask for that info, and then you'll be added to this list where we know staff will now contact you with the current sponsorship packages.
Thank you. How about the QR cards? Any update on that, the ones that we,
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
remember we opted to use the QR card instead of the brochure. And
I would have to go back to minutes because I'm not sure where we left off on that. I don't think the committee ended up approving the funding for that, but we can go back in minutes. to
no,
double check.
it's just that we need it because the brochure, it's good when we go to events. So people can see what we've done or people can.
If it's a QR code that you want printed on regular paper and put in like a little stamp, we can do that for you. That's no cost at all.
But the
But-
QR will take us where?
To the town website,
To the town
which
website.
has all the information.
But the thing is that our brochure had a description of the history of the.
Right,
and all
but the
that.
committee needs to agree on that spending and they have not. I believe we brought quotes and nothing came from it. We can go back to minutes to see where we left off.
Okay, I'll look into it and we'll work on it. Okay, thank you. And also, I know I'm ahead of myself, but we need to know where our stuff is stored and,
Your stuff is stored at Mary Collins Community Center. That's where it's been
everything
stored the last 2
somewhere,
years.
everything for the 4th of
Anything
July,
that's been left behind is there.
the tent, everything. 'Cause I know we used to attend of the
Yeah,
4th of
yeah.
July. And also, I need for you to verify this, that our budget's that's still at 39,500. Has any money come in that has increased or any extra money that we have from the sponsorships and?
Any sponsorships that have been confirmed are related to the committee. So as of right now, you haven't had any events, so there's no
So-
sponsored dollars.
So basically, can we know how much money we have that we can use or?
Yeah, I'll ask you guys to refer, are we on treasurer's report?
Yeah, we can, I'm finishing mine, we can jump in.
I want one question, on the $600, so you're saying at the end of the fiscal year, in September?
Correct, it has to be
That's what we're
before the, so September, we'll make a request, you guys have to remind me, we're gonna have to get an invoice from Main Street Players.
Maybe
For
like
$600,
July,
which is what
maybe like
happened 2 years
July,
ago.
maybe like July, August?
Yeah, we can have it ready and we just won't be able to cut the check until the end of the fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because they asked me about it.
Okay, next item, treasurer's report, I guess Esther's not here, so I was gonna do the report for us.
Yeah, the report is attached, there's a copy for all of you, it's page 15, it's the last page on your agenda. And to answer your question, in terms of sponsorship dollars, the first line is called contributions and donations, those are your sponsor dollars.
Numbers 90, Can
No.
you explain that to us?
So you'll see that it says $90 have been transferred into another. No, so you'll see you've received $90. I would have to go back and double check what it is. But, the reason it says under available budget 90 is because that's, a revenue account rather than an expense account. Finance now has to go and move it into the correct line item. That's all I mean. So at the moment, your question, how much money have we received to date? $90 for this current fiscal year.
Okay. Yeah, we need to work on enough to, this, what I don't wanna do is start moving money around, and I know the council doesn't wanna do that until the event is over, and we check that we have sponsorship, enough money to transfer the money, so,
Well, our Basel is over now, right? We didn't do anything for our Basel, did we?
no.
So it's fine.
Actually, that money is gonna be put into, if you look at the list that we're gonna discuss that, in the whole business, is, we changed the name of our Basel to Art Around Town, which is having the displays here and collaborating with the gallery here in Miami Lakes to have art. So we have to be careful not to start moving things around for events that, are there, and they were approved anyway, so, that's basically where we're at, so. Okay, are we done with the treasurer's report?
Yes,
Okay.
unless any of you have any questions.
Any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the next one.
Are we on 80?
8A, yes.
Okay, so I have copies that Felicia shared with me and asked me to make copies, so let the record show that this was submitted after the published agenda.
Oh, but you
These
sent it to
copies.
me, but you didn't send it to everybody else.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you
It was sent to
did.
everybody in advance.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I didn't want to confuse people, so it's good,
I
okay.
just have to say that for the record.
Okay. I don't have a copy that I see.
It's this one, right, that you want to share?
Okay. Everybody has a copy? Okay, this we do every year, and it's basically our events, and we have subcommittees, and within that subcommittee, we have events. If you look at it, we have a chairperson or coordinator that takes care of the event, and then we have either a helper or a coordinator. The nomenclature can change because I rather call it event coordinator than chair, because nobody gets confused on the chair of this subcommittee, and then I think event coordinator is appropriate for it. But I call it chairperson to make sure that person is the one doing it. The first one, real quick, is Art Around Town and the Town Hall exhibit, which is, we changed it from Art Basel to this.
What month are we talking about? We don't have a month.
Is during the year. We can do it in December, we can do it, throughout the year. Okay? So we select the time and the date where we can have the artwork display. And then I took the liberty of assigning people to it. I would like to chair that one or coordinate that one. And Evelise, since she's involved with the arts, I thought she would be a good person to help us with it. Paint a picture for mom. Elsa has been doing it for many years, so I think she's the best person to handle it unless somebody else wants to do it, or if somebody else wants to help her. Our competitions, I have it up to be determined, but it's something that we've done in the past. And I remember at the last meeting, Madeline said that we have not approved this. And that's what the item was tabled at the last meeting, but I can share with you, I think it's this one, or there was another, list of events that we had from the past, and we had art competition before, so it's not a new item that needs to be approved by the committee, so it's just approving the logistics of it, I think, but I would, bring it again at the next meeting, But I don't think we need to get approval for this, it's already been done.
Through the chair, although you may not need approval from council, if it's done as you stated. But the committee does have to agree on doing it this year, because that was not part of the plans of if you remember, you guys planned it out when you did when you submitted the budget for this year, and that was not part of it. So it does need to be brought up on the committee at the next
We can
meeting,
make it as part of Art Around Town, because we could have their competition and.
but they need to understand that, because this is the first time it's being
I have
brought
to
up.
explain it better to them, but we've done it in the past, like you said, it doesn't need to be approved by the council because it has been done before. Then we have, the next item will be music dance, subcommittee. And we have this, chamber music series, well, which is Symphony of the Americas. And always been doing that, and sometimes Charles helps me, if you wanna help me with that, I'll put your name on it. Okay. Charles. And music at large, we have, I think it's concert in the park with, yeah, we had Nicole Henry, unfortunately, last year we got rained out. But that's one item that Charles is the one that always handles it. This year, we have, and we will be gonna be discussing that in the proposal, is, of course, this is for the 4th of July, but we have musicians that wanna be participating, so I'll let Charles handle that.
What month, we
We
think,
normally do it in
October,
November,
November? November.
that's why I think I have it here in the proposed events, down on the bottom, when we get there. So, of course, everybody can help, but he will be the one coordinating everything. If you wanna do it. Yeah, that's okay, Charles?
Yeah, I'm still,
And
Yeah,
through the chair, because I don't want to confuse, I know Ibeliz, this is your first official meeting, right? And we have, people from the public, so I just want to make sure, although this list is being shared with you guys all, this is all a suggestion because the committee has not approved it. So Felicia took the time to assign based on her experience and what skills fit best. The committee does still need to approve it at the end, so just keep that in mind in advance. I think it's great that you guys are looking at it in advance of the next meeting.
Second worksheet. Again, concert around town, we used to do events. This is something that it phased out. We used to do the Main Street Live, which is where we're bringing groups and they were playing on Main Street, and which was very successful. I think the budget at the time, and I'm going back many years, was like $1,000. So if we can get a sponsor for that amount to pay the band and whatever, we used to do it Friday nights, we can do Saturday nights, but this is something that we can, again, it was approved before, we can run it by the committee, and if they wanna do it, I think it will be nice to, because even at Shellas, I think they have like a little group outside sometimes, and we can work with them and getting a band there and have some music on Main Street. Then, the dance performances, again, we've done it before, we have this one that we did with, the Academia Rochelle dancers, I don't know if they're still around, but we had a great dance performance one time. And we also, when we did the Scottish, Irish Scottish Festival, we had some dancers that came, Irish dancers. And I think and actually people have been asking me to do dances, dancers and do like some kind of.
Bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back. So we don't have anybody to handle that, but the next meeting will request. And of course, it's approving, picking an event or whatever. Next item will be literary arts, book talk series. Elsa wants to do that, and Evelise, I think she knows a lot of authors, and she wanted to be part of that too, right? You mentioned it last time, thank you. So, holiday book reading, I have Esther and Charles. That's they've been doing it for a while, so they know. Black History Month. Again, I have that Juneteenth, but this was before we talked to the council and they want to separate it. But, Charles can handle that, I can help you with it too.
what did they want to separate?
They want to do Juneteenth separate, instead of doing it in, as part of the History Month, they wanna do like a proclamation or some kind of something. They don't wanna do it in February with Black History Month. So we'll talk more about it at the next meeting, and then we decide what we're gonna do. And again, we have been moving money from Juneteenth to other events, so if the town wants to do it, we have to keep it in the budget. So I can help you with that if you want. Because I know. Always help you with that. Put your name in there. Women History Month is why I wanted Madeline here. She did it last year, and she did a good job. And I think, you know, if she wants to do it, she can be the main event coordinator. And I added Z. Don't know if she wants to do it, but I think she will be good for that.
Listen, 1 second, since we have other people here from the committee, particularly ladies, we need some help. Because we're getting very few people, we have some outstanding women in Miami Lakes, or work in Miami Lakes, so if you could help us to, somebody that you know, 2 or 3 people, because we get down to maybe one person in the category, well, guess what, that person gets it. And it's
Right.
9 different categories like art and music and education, professional, all that. And so we get down, when we get ready to vote, we only got one person. So there's no real competition.
Competition.
No, the thing is, sometimes there's a category and there's
Right.
nobody there.
Right,
So what we decided last year was not to give anybody anything,
Right.
and not move them around, because if someone is from health and they're really something else, it would be.
so in January, we're gonna try to get it out so that people can start looking around for people in the community
They
that
nominate.
know people. And it's a shame that we have 9, I think we either killed 2 of them or we killed 3. So that means we only gave out like 6. And I know some of those categories, we have some outstanding women in it. That used to be our signature event. That place was packed when we had it. We do a little bio on them, they interview them at the job. And then they have a little, maybe somebody say a little somebody, and then they show it all on the screen that day. And then we get up and give them their little, their plaque and their certificate. And to me, it's a very, very nice thing, but you got a program and you only got 6 people and you got 9 categories. Well, all those people are gonna get one.
Yeah.
If you have only 1 in education, that person's gonna get it. Where it may be 2 or 3 people have done something very, different or very inspiring, but we don't know about it. So therefore, we have to go with what we have. So I think one of the problems we did do is we didn't go out far enough in the beginning. So this year, I'm gonna try to talk to Madeline, I'll work with her, see if we could put it out there in January. And then have people at least start thinking about it, and then give them like 6 or 8 weeks.
As possible.
Yeah, and give,
Sometimes we get
yeah, that's what I
to
say,
vote for-
January, yeah. And give them 6 or 8 weeks to kind of think about, maybe some dialogue between women. Hey, what about Susie? Let's call her, see if she's interested. Oh, yeah, she'd be, because like I say, we get down to the voting day and we hardly have 1 person in each category.
Yeah, what I would like to add too is, and I think, we have the list, but I will request, Al to provide it to us of past winners, so we don't
You
nominate
get
the
the same
same
one,
person
right.
again.
Repeat.
So if you ladies can help us, or guys too, you can help us, that would be appreciated, because we'd like to have as many, at least 3 or 4 per category, then we can decide, which one really made the greatest contribution in that category. But if it's just 1,
Right.
it takes away, you
Takes
gotta,
away the.
right. Okay, we appreciate it, if you could help us with
Chair,
that.
do you have
Okay.
a list of the categories that you?
We will
Some
provide it,
some police.
I'll have Al, actually, wait a minute.
I think it's
I
9,
have an old,
I think it's 9 of them.
no, wait a minute, I think I found an old,
Let's see, art, education.
no, I have an old minutes from, it talks about the categories in that set of minutes. Let's see that. Give me.
Okay,
Oh, here we go.
I don't have
This is an old, okay, here we go. This is some minutes from 2020. Yeah, 2020. And the category, at the time, were,
Sorry.
The categories were business, volunteer,
Well, they writing them down.
government, health services, community and civic, humanitarian, education, and art. But we will provide you, the list and then I think we create like a little link for people to write in the nominees. Make things. Next on the list is, Father's Day Fishing Tournament, and I'm putting Trinidad's around there because she did it last year and she enjoys it, because she loves to fish. I always help her too, but I let her handle it. July 4th concert, we have a lot of people that, need to get involved in this one. Normally the chairperson is the one that runs it. Charles helps us too. We have, and I mentioned it in another item in the whole business. He normally does the band and the logistics of it, but I think we have a band this year. And Madeline helped us with the budget last year, and I think she was awesome. So between the three of us, I think we can put it together, but everybody needs to help out because that's a great event. And, last year we only had one person from myself and another person attend. I know sometimes it's hard, some people don't like to be in the heat, it was very hard last year. So, but we need everybody to participate because, people see what we do and it's a big event. Everybody wants to be in it. We work with the veterans, the special needs, they had a special, setup last year. So all the committees, are part of it too, so it's not just our event. We're the one with the budget, but they come in and help out. Hispanic Heritage Month, I put Marietta there because she, from what I heard before, she has done a lot of big events. For, I think, for her company, so I think she would be a good person to be the one doing it, and she was involved last year too, she helped out. And then maybe we can have Dee involved too. I think she was part of it, but I don't know if she helped out on it. So again, we can change that. And then, we need somebody to coordinate the calendar, because sometimes there's conflicts between our events and other committees' events, or events happening in Miami, like football games or whatever. And actually, I got this from the library. I'm gonna leave it here for us to look at. This is a list of events for 2024 that we can, make sure that we don't conflict with any event from the county. And basically use that, plus that person will need to basically check the calendar, what's going on in their county. So basically make sure that our events and other committees events, there's no conflict, like we had, I think it was, Saturday, we had the reindeer run, plus our holiday book reading. It was different times, but again, the town effort went into one event and we were left on our own to do ours. Which is fine, we handled it very, very nice, right, Charles? Yes, very nice. And, so we need someone for that. Again, the next meeting we'll pick somebody. And also the publicity coordination to make sure that everything, is coordinated with the town and, the event gets publicized. This grants subcommittee, events, sponsor coordination. Marietta, mentioned it last time that she wanted to do it, so I put her in as the event coordinator or sponsorship coordinator. Also for the grants, I think Evelise said that she would help out, so I put her name in there. And then now it's the calendar of events for 2024, which of course is coordinating with what's going on with other committees. So we have dates here that we can pick and just go down the list, and it's maybe for the next meeting, we'll have more, like who will be available, like for the Black History Month. for women, we have to coordinate what, if we're gonna do it here at Town Hall, we're gonna do it in another venue, if the space will be available and so forth, so we need to make sure that, the picture for mom is always the last, Saturday before, or the Saturday before Mother's Day, so that one is a fixed date. Father's Day Fishing Tournament is also the Saturday before Father's Day. And those are the dates. July 4th, of course, is July 4th. Symphony of the Americas, we need to check with the church and with the orchestra to see when they will be available. So we normally do it in August, so those 3 days, we have to check with them. And we still have time, but those are the dates that could be available, which is always on a Saturday. The book talk again is September. We have to check when Elsa gets back. She can check, she'll take care of it. And, for the Hispanic Heritage Month, we don't have a country yet, so we need to decide what country we're gonna feature this coming year. Concert in the park, again, are we gonna use Nicole, or gonna use somebody else? There's several people that wanna get involved, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, okay. And the holiday book reading, the venue, are we gonna do it, I think it was good to do it in the theater. It was a good place, very intimate, and it was very successful. And that's about it. Any questions? No? Okay. Well, that one is done. Okay. Okay, Black History Month, we have, Charles, can you? give
Here,
the-
just got some June information for those of you who know, normally for about the last 5 years, we've had Florida Memorial Corral. But before that, we had like a variety show. So this year, we're gonna try to switch and do a little bit different. We're gonna do Motown sound. So if you're familiar with Ike and Tina Turner, the Supremes, all of those. And what this guy does is he actually have the people rehearse. They lip sync, but they dress the part. And if you see a young lady play Tina Turner and you close your eyes, you swear that is Tina Turner. She's been doing that for about 15 years. She looks the same as she did 15 years ago. So that's the show, and we're gonna try to do a new location. We're looking at several places, but we're gonna try to take it to Miami Lakes Middle School. And I toured the middle school the other day. They have a very nice auditorium. It seats about 250, 300 people. I think it's a little bit better. Last time when we did it here, we just did a little snippet of the act, maybe 3 or 4 of the act. And the place was just full, but I think this way we'll have wider space. It's still close. We're not going too far. We still have some things that we have to work out. We still have to talk to the committee about it and get them to sign off on it, but the preliminaries are there. The principal is on board with it. And what we were thinking, I think a little bit different. We usually have food. But I think if we're gonna have that number, and I have to talk to our budget is limited. If you're talking about, see, here we fed like 100 people. You're talking about feeding 200. That's a lot more. And so what I was thinking, just to throw out, is that maybe what we could do is have it, since the school is giving us the building for no cost, that we might have some of the committees from the school, like the education committee, the pep squad, the football team, or whatever, have their own little stands there and let them make some money. Pizza, hot dogs, soda, water, whatever. And that way they'll get a little bit of money. That'll keep us from having to go into our budget and pay. But we have to talk about that with the committee. We like that idea of having the soul food and having the collard greens and all that. But when you're talking about feeding 200 people, it's a lot different than feeding 75 or 100. But that's something we'll talk to the committee about and see which way they want to go with the school. And there's plenty of parking. There's 2 separate dressing rooms, and also there's a room in the back where other people can go and wait till their time to come on the stage. And this guy does it just like a production. Everybody, the Temptation, they all got tuxedos, the young ladies out, and he goes about January, and you have to screen. If you're you have to come by a screening group of 4 or 5 people. If you don't have your costume together, if you don't have your song together, if you don't have your steps together, you're not on the show. It's a family show. Kids, adults, no profanity, no bumping, no grinding, none of that stuff. It's a very wholesome kind of show. And I think, for us over 50, I think some of those songs will resonate. Maybe not ours, she's not there yet, but she probably know more than we do. But it was a good time. Music was friendly. It wasn't confrontational. We're not talking about harming any police officers, or harming any women, or any of that kind of stuff, that some of the stuff that we see now. It's a wholesome show. We think it'll be very good. So we're in the preliminary stages. We should have it all firmed up by the time we meet in January the 10th. And then we'll ask everybody to kind of help us to publicize it. I guess we'll go on Eventbrite and try to see if we can pack the place and get but it's a very friendly family kind of show. Bring your kids, bring your grandkids, whoever.
Grandma,
yeah,
grandma.
They'll hear something that they like. And if it goes right, he usually do like 45 minutes and a break, and then 45 minutes and a break. And if we get permission from the school and we have a little time, then maybe the DJ can play a little music at the end. Before it's time for us to get out of school. We don't know how long they're gonna let us. We're looking at either 7:30, probably around 7:30. 7:30 to start. Because now it's dark, you don't have to worry about outside the park when in the summertime, you gotta wait till it get a little dark, but and we think it's a little different. We love the Florida Memorial, but we think every now and then we need to do a little bit something a little different. So that's what we're thinking about right now.
And I also like to add that it was not announced here, but
Right.
we did them back in 2020 here at the chamber, and it was
Right.
packed.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
was
So
packed.
maybe if we get over there.
Yeah,
And
we're
yeah,
getting,
yeah.
I think we're, like Marcel said, we outgrown
yeah,
the chamber.
and they are looking tentative at February 10th.
February 10th? Okay. February 10th.
I think that's a Saturday.
So it will be from 7:30.
Till about 10. Well, we have to give it to school to make sure, because we're gonna have,
We need to
they
check
have
with
this-
their
they can have,
janitor.
they can have security, and they're also gonna have a janitorial
How much
service there,
time do
so.
people need before the event? So we
Right.
can set up the-
We'll see how long they will let us do it. So when the show is over, if people are still there, maybe for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, they play a little music and. But I think it'll be a good fun night.
Charles, just so you know, on February 10th, the town does have a bike ride that night. I don't know if it'll affect you, but just letting you know.
Bike ride that night.
Yeah, we already have that set up for that evening. Just as a heads up, you can share with the committee and see what they wanna do.
Okay.
I
Because I
think when we
think-
did this one, we did it February 22nd. Is that too late?
I'll
Check it
take that. That was the day that was the day.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what we had here, because we didn't want to get too much into.
Right. I know he has something else for the first weekend. So I don't know if moving it to the
I don't know if it's 22nd. so
Seven-
the-
you say the 17th?
February 10th, I was just letting you know,
I'm saying-
February 10th, we have an event, so I don't know if you
What
want.
about the 17th? We have anything 17th?
we haven't
so far?
said-
I have to go back and check, I don't know,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
so,
know if there's another committee, I just know that off the top of my head, I know I have one.
Okay.
February
And I
10th.
really, when you think about it, I don't know if there's a real conflict between the two, maybe.
No,
But
I'm not sure, I'm just making you
Yeah.
guys aware, but I don't know if you wanna ask for extra dates, just
Right,
in
yeah,
case.
I'll contact him and see.
Yeah,
if
And then they can decide what they
maybe
think
the
is
7th,
best.
we
Yeah.
maybe
no,
I'll.
no, we use
Yeah.
them on the. 20th.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Okay,
go
but
to
it's
7th, maybe we'll
20th,
do
so I don't know.
the 17th and as
The
well.
17th will be the following Saturday.
That's the next Saturday.
Yeah, and if there's no event, that's it. People have to work around us, not because now we have to change it from the 10th. Because already the bike ride is on the 10th, so if we pick the 17th and nobody else is using it, that's it, that's our day. Okay, thank you. So it's gonna be Motown Sound from 7:30 to 9:30. Okay, holiday book reading debriefing. Charles,
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, every year we invite Mrs. Claus, and she comes and do her little tricks, and the kids they just eat it up. It was amazing. I think we had more than standing room only. The kids were actually, we used a theater, for those of you who don't know, we used a theater. The whole front row was like little kids down, and she put little reindeers on them, and she sang songs with them, and they clapped, and then at the end, she took a picture with all the groups, like if the grandmother and the granddaughter was there. I know that was one. Took a picture with Mrs. Claus. One guy had his 2 kids and his wife. I think he was gonna use it as a Christmas card. So he took a picture of that. So everybody's saying we had, the educational committee came and gave books to every kid. And we had some refreshments.
and cookies.
Yeah, cookies, we had some cookies and refreshments for them. And so it turned out to be, we started about 11 o'clock, a little bit around 11. We were through about a little bit after 12. I say about an hour and 10 minutes to get everybody in and out, because they had another event at 1 o'clock. But the kids really enjoyed it, the parents really enjoyed it, and I think it's always some Mrs. Claus was dressed in, she kind of looked like
I have
Mrs. Claus.
pictures.
She was dressed in her long dress with the ruffles around it, and I think we have some pictures that we'll probably show, put on the web, but it worked out,
No,
it worked
I
out
think it
very
was
well.
better than last year. We had
Yeah.
more kids than last year.
Right, it was,
And again, the issue with Eventbrite, and I have the list here,
right.
we had, and I'm going this part of the report, is we had, this is the list that was provided to us by Eventbrite, the reservations. And we had, according to Madeline, who did the check-in, we had out of 72 Eventbrite event, people who reserved, we had 33. And walk-ups, we had 41, so we had a total of 74 people.
Right.
And the capacity of the space was 50, so we packed it.
Right.
I mean, the room itself, the theater, the capacity is 81, so,
Right.
so we were at 74, so. But then, right, we need to work more on it because people.
And for those of you that have, people
And I
call up
only
and they
remember-
Eventbrite, and so when the town called and say, hey, I need four, oh, we're full. So you say, okay, let's do something else, and then you go to the event, and those people don't even show.
Yeah.
So that's if we could get closer to it, would be a lit, but sometimes we don't even hit 50%. Like one time we had 200
For that
spots
special
here,
month.
and like
We
75
have
people
50,
showed up.
not only-
But then about 75 came that wasn't on the list. So it took the number up, but Eventbrite is, it's good and it's bad. People come, yeah, I need 4. Are you sure? Yeah, give me 4. I got 2 children, my husband, and wife. And then none of you show. And that's kind of
Yeah,
the, but we've been doing that for years, but we have to have some kind of mechanism. So Eventbrite is the best, I think we have. If not, everybody and his brother would just kind of show up on the day. So at least we have a feel for it.
I think, I spoke to, Danny and to Angie from
Right.
theater, and they use something else. So,
Yeah, we use another kind of,
so,
Yeah.
and I remember them telling us, or telling me, and I said, yeah, we need, and they used to have Eventbrite.
we got rid of Eventbrite.
They got-
I'm on the theater committee as well,
Yeah,
that's
you did
why,
that.
yeah, we got rid of Eventbrite.
So we need to work on that because,
Yeah,
the
maybe
shake-
we oughta-
the
maybe we
people
oughta have-
sold out.
Maybe we ought to have them when they sign up, pay $5. Sometimes if your money is out there,
Yeah.
it makes you show.
Yeah.
Like if you
So
have
we
an
need to
appointment
work
with your
on that.
doctor,
That's why.
if you
that's
don't
why
show,
the
we're gonna
publicity-
charge you
That's
$25,
why
or we're gonna
here
charge you
in
$10.
the,
And that way we may come a little bit closer to, really what it's sad, because that's a great event. Had we just, dealt with, and we had people standing by outside, so you gotta wait for a minute, let's see all the Eventbrite people. And at least 10 or 15 people waited because we had the fair there, the food, and so then we say, hey,
Farmers market.
farmers market, say, hey, come on in. So that kind of helped to fill the place.
I think the location. Thank you, Charles. But again, we need to work on November. I think this would be good for us. Next item. Is the Jackson Bond proposal review. The package has, the proposal. He's gonna be doing, he's gonna be the band for on 4th of July. He's originally a jazz musician. He has a great jazz band. He played for us. If you read the proposal, he talks about, I think he played for us in 2017 or 18, but I managed to convince him because he has two bands. One is the jazz band, and the other one is more contemporary music. So I convinced him, I told him, yeah, you're a great jazz musician and you have your own, followers. But the 4th of July people are not that jazzy, so he mentions here that he's gonna get that other band that was more expensive. He's gonna bring us, instead of 10 musicians, 8 for the same price. And he's gonna, according to him, they're gonna have, if you read the proposal, they're gonna have Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, Alicia Keys, Stevie Wonder, Bill Withers, and all R&B favorites. And one of the singers is appear in the Boys TV show. So it's gonna be very good performance. And he's a very good actor that we had him before and he's amazing. And now with this group that he's bringing, his other band, for the price of the jazz band, which is, I think the band that he's proposing $2,500, which we approved. So he's willing to do that with eight band players for 3 hours and no charge for any extra time. So we will, like I said, the money was approved, so we need to present this again to the group and see that we got a good band for the price of the other band. I'm very happy for that. So, so we're done with that, and the next new business, we have Mr. Dennis here from the Parks Department, who has some ideas to get us involved in something. I don't know, it will be too overwhelming for us, but they have the floor, sir.
Yeah, so my name is John Yanez. I work for the town of Miami Lakes in the Parks Department. Just to clarify, this isn't a town proposed event. This is more myself that I came up with the idea, and I just wanted to pitch it to see if it was something that would interest you guys in taking it on. I created if you want to pass out the
Yes. So here's a copy for all of you guys. So let the record show there's a map.
What is your
layout
name
for
again,
this.
sir?
John Yanez.
Done, yeah?
Yeah. So I put this together just to give you an idea of, what I'm thinking. And it would be cool to see if we put together a, what I came up with, a Cuban carnival, something for Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day, where you could have either a date night or for a group of friends getting together, or families going, and in one single area they could go and around from different activities. So for example, I was thinking painting with a twist. I know that they have their own store here.
Mhm.
Maybe this is something that for extra business for them, if they'd be interested in,
Setting
coming.
up some. Like when we
Setting
take a
up-
Picture from mom, they can do it.
Right, setting up a tent or whatever where they could provide an outdoor lesson for a group of people. You can have food trucks lined up, as you can see in the map that I kind of drew up. Another thing that I was thinking of is maybe there's portable golf course, miniature golf rentals that you could get, that you'd be able to put in an area where you could go from painting with a twist and then go play golf. and then go to, let's say there's an outdoor movie setup, or there's outdoor music. I know that you had mentioned one of the events that you put together is the concerts in the park. Maybe something where there's a concert at the park as well at that same time, so just overall, it would just be an area at Veterans Park where you could have multiple activities, kind of like a carnival. You go around and you could participate in multiple things, either in a date night, either with friends, single friends, if can happen, or as a family, if you want to bring the kids along, something that would be fun for everyone to participate. I think it could potentially have a great turnout. If done correctly, and another thing that I mentioned, we put a photo booth. You could have sponsorships to cover the cost of many of these things. Painting with a twist, you're pretty much just reaching out to them to see if they'd be interested, which I don't see why not. You could have tickets involved as far as wristbands, so that they pay a one fee and they're able to participate in all events. Something along those lines. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention, see if that would be something that you guys would be interested in partaking. And again, yeah, I think it would be a fun event to put together.
So we can have vote on this. It sounds like a very exciting event, especially for day night and for Valentine's Day. And, but the way I see it is, this is overwhelming. I mean, it's nice that you bring it to us,
Yeah.
but our committee cannot handle this. I would recommend talking to different, like the youth and maybe other committees to be involved in this, because this is too much for us, and we don't have a budget, so.
And not only that, I think, with the time frame, say we meet in January 10th, you're talking about maybe a month from that time and to get everything together. Had we known about it maybe early, if we had decided to do it, then that would give us time to kind of brainstorm and see
We need
how.
at least 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think this is something maybe not,
Or 6 months, I'm sorry.
maybe not this year, because it is late in the game, but this is something that you could plan for the following year. I don't think it's too big of a project, because honestly speaking, it's a few things that you'd be adding, few activities. You talk to a rental company for the golf course, you talk to sponsorships, as you already mentioned, you have someone that's going to be in charge of obtaining sponsors for the committee. Food trucks, I'm sure there's a list of food trucks available. That's really just making a phone
Yeah,
call.
Diego from the
And by-
farmers market has been very helpful. He always
Absolutely.
provided us vendors.
Absolutely,
And,
so I don't think it's too much to partake. A lot of these things we already have readily available, the outdoor movie screen we have
Yeah,
available.
we need to coordinate the timing, because
It's
we don't
just-
have a movie when everybody's playing
Right.
golf or whatever.
It's just logistically how you set it up, and what sort of activities. I put some activities on here as for fun, like I said, miniature golf, but it could be anything that you guys feel you would like to add that maybe fits budget more. It could be outdoor games or whatever the case may be. There could be space for sponsorship booths where they sponsor, they'll get a booth, they could pass out flyers and stuff like that as well. So there's ways to kind of make it your own, and but again, it's just an idea that I wanted to share. And Felicia, you asked me to come to
Yes,
to
yes.
present it, so.
I think it's a great idea. This looks more like a 4th of July in February. Because the setup looks like how we do it in the 4th of July. And, but yeah, we need to plan this properly. We need sponsors. We need other committees to get involved. We'll talk more about it. And of course, I need to present it to the full committee for
Of course.
approval. But right off the bat, I don't think we can do it by ourselves.
And that's totally understandable. I leave it to you if you want to present it to other committees as well and see if they want to join you. The one thing I will say is I kind of did a little bit of research on it and there's nothing like that else in other municipalities. So that might actually bring more people. to
Yeah, and
that
that's one
event.
thing that I wanted to add. I have a friend that has a young daughter and a family. And she said, there's nothing to do for families. So this will be something that, you know, either Valentine's Day or something, we could call it family night out or something. And it could be anytime. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be February, it could be anytime.
It could be anytime.
Absolutely,
think
I
you know,
thought of it as, for Valentine's Day, but it could literally be anytime.
We don't wanna make it too close to 4th of July because it's repeating the same kind of setup. But yeah, we can talk about it more and we can talk.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, John. Next item. I think Esther, unfortunately, is not here. She submitted some kind of marketing material quote. Do you know anything about it or?
Yeah,
can you
it's
explain
page
it?
6 of your agenda, you'll see the quote, and then there's details there on the items. So it sounds like it's something that she wants to replicate in cultural fairs, and she's just bringing that idea.
Okay, I guess we'll table it and have her explain it when she's here. Okay, so we table it. Yeah, because I don't know what this is about. And next item, Women's History Month, you already touched on it real briefly, Charles, we need to get started on it. So the sooner the better, so I was hoping that Madeline will be here and take on this. But I guess we have to wait, and we're getting close to March, so in January, we really need to hit the ground running for this. Okay, next item, announcements. In your package is, this is an event that is put together by the library. I spoke to, Carmen Baker, she's the one organizing it. And, I think it would be a good, I'm planning on attending. Is celebrating and supporting our literary community. We're gonna have very renowned authors, and one of them, Richard Blanco, he's a poet who actually, was at the Obama inauguration, so he's very good. And the others, Ana Venecia Suarez, she's a good, I don't know the other ones, but it seems like there's a good group. And they're gonna have, as you can read, presentation workshops with best-selling authors. This is just a library, it's not a book fair, but it's in downtown Miami Library, which is a beautiful building. I love going there. When I used to work downtown, I used to go there all the time. And they're gonna have different workshops and live music, face painting, so it's gonna be from 1 to 5 on Saturday, January 20th. So if you are inclined to the literary arts, you're welcome to go, and it's free. Okay. I have more announcements. This is something that the library also is putting together. I had it at the book reading, and it's calling for young artists. I sent a copy of this to Hector from the Education Advisory Board because he gets in touch with all these teachers. And according to Nancy Matos, who works at the library, this is due February 1st, but of course they started early on, but they have a few people who are signing up, but we need to help them, And I told them, we can collaborate with you on anything events that you're doing, that involves the arts and books and so forth. I think Hector is gonna do a good job of that. I don't know if you have any other announcements? Oh, go ahead, Robin.
We were talking about before, the movies at the park, the weekend before Christmas, I think there's gonna be, for sure, there's gonna be pictures with Santa. And then the movie's gonna start. Elf, very popular movie, so I think it's gonna be nice. And they might have some food trucks also. We had talked about it before. I don't know what's gonna happen or not, but the movie's gonna go. It might be. It might be a great event. It might not be. It depends on how many people are around because people leave. That's the Friday
That's
before.
22nd, you're right.
Yeah, the 22nd. So that's the only thing about it.
Same.
But hopefully, the townies stay around. And the other thing is the women's self-defense. This is brought to you by Citizens Crime Watch. And very, very good event. They had one down south and somehow it got to here to the town. And everything's been set up. So Royals Park, is 3 nights from 6 p to 10 p. Again, December 19th through the 21st. I don't know if they still have any openings or not, but I just want to give the information out, so just in case. All the information is there for calling them. Apparently it was gonna be a great event. A bunch of women wanted to attend, and anybody 14 and above.
And just to invite you guys out, Special Needs Advisory Board requested that I give an invite to all committee members, all residents. They are having a workshop January 25th. They are going to be discussing and giving information regarding the special needs registry. So it's a workshop on that. When the official flyer is ready, I'll make sure to share it with all committee members. But yeah, it's just some info on the special needs registry and how people can benefit from it. So please spread the word and you're all invited. They are, having it just to Miami Lakes residents only because the special needs registry is something that lives within our town, so other people unfortunately cannot benefit from it. And the other announcement I have for you guys is a reminder that we do have elections for all committees in January, so please try to attend if possible. So that we have that taken care of. That's all.
Thank you. I forgot to mention on regarding the Jackson Bond proposal. We may have a potential singer for the national anthem. I met her at the other day at the gallery. Open the gallery night at the KC Gallery. And you can write her down if you want. Her name is Rina Monet. She's 18 years old. I think she sang for I think it was
The art culture, the art exhibit.
no, yeah, she was at the art exhibit, but she also sang the anthem for the Fred Sendra.
Street, naming of the street.
Street naming. So she's familiar with the area. She was very excited. Yeah. So we need to bring it up to the committee to see if they want to use her. And we'll see if we can use some kind of honorarium, but because I know last time we had a person, but then he never showed up. So, but she's really excited, and she has a good voice for being 18 years old. She loves singing, and you're a witness to that. She was very good. So we'll keep her in mind, and hopefully we'll get a few. She'll get a few better. And if there isn't any other comments or we can. Our next meeting is gonna be January 10th at 7 p.m. in this room. And we don't have anybody to make a motion to adjourn, but we call the meeting adjourned.